All right, I'm alive. Sorry I'm late. Got stuck in traffic a little bit. Had to run a quick errand. Let me know if you guys can hear me. And let's bring that up. And let's open Thinkorswim. I'll officially start in like 2 minutes. Let some people come in. All right, let's see who else. Welcome, whoever just joined. And if you can hear me, let me know. We'll start in about a minute or two. Just waiting for some last people to get in here. Give them a little grace period. Where is this link? There we go. For those who are in here, let me know if you can hear me. Type it in the chat so I know that my mic works. And I'll share my screen in a bit. Hey, Billy. All right, where is this? Sweet. All right. The man himself, Brown. Welcome. All right, let's bring... I'll bring up TradingView first since I gotta erase some things from my TOS chart. All right, cool. And the last thing, that's not what I want. Let's bring this screen over here. And let me know if you guys can see my screen now. Well, let me know if you can see my screen, because I don't know if you can or can't. Well, I guess technically I can because I have my other computer here with like showing the stream so I can see myself, but I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, perfect. All right, so whoever's not here, you'll catch the replay. But as always, I would prefer you guys to be here so you can ask questions live because I like talking to people. Anyway, so welcome everybody. My name is Advent. I am not a financial advisor, and anything that you see here is strictly for educational purposes. Trading does have its risks, so please do your due diligence and research before you engage in trading. It does have its risks, and you don't want to lose money, or at least that much money. All right, so for those who may be new here, for the trade recap, pretty much what it is I go over my trades that I took, and then whatever trades you guys took that you want to go over as well, we can do that too. And, we'll talk about it. See what was done well, what was done poorly, all that good stuff. So all right, cool. So starting out today, I didn't really do much for YM. I took 3 trades. So for those who have seen in the Discord, the tweezer model that I keep on mentioning a lot, it printed, how many times it printed today? Like what, 3 or 4 times on YM? Well, I guess technically 2 times. I only took it twice, but it kept on giving the same entry over and over and over and over. So for those who know about the tweezer model, what we're going to do is we're going to get our fibs, and let me make sure I'm on the good one. All right, so the first one that I took, this is the first time I've taken this version. I'll show you the version that I usually take. So generally with the tweezer model, we're just looking for a tweezer bottom or a tweezer top. In this case, while we did have a tweezer bottom here, this 3 candle was a lot bigger than I would have preferred. But I was like, hey, let me take it and let me see if it's valid. So what I did was, let me zoom in here actually. So I took my fib tool, took it from the bottom of this candle, attached to the top of this one, was it? No. I did it to the 3 candle in and of itself. And my entry was at the 70 fib level, which is right here, 38904. And then this same candle right here, the next one, it came down, filled me to the tick, and then it blasted up. For this specific model, my stop loss is always 30% or 30 points rather. And this is on YM specifically. So if you trade ES or NQ or anything like that, just check the write-up that I have on it for the approximate stop loss values you guys can use on those other tickers. Generally, my max target is 50 points, but I have a ATM or bracket setting that automates the trade for me, and it just moves my stop up as it goes in my favor. So this specific trade, I took off, I think it was at about 39 to 40 points. And then it came back down and, kept on dying. Then a few moments later, as we can see here, it printed another tweezer bottom with these 2 candles right here. What you mainly want to look for these tweezer bottoms is, we get a big red candle, and then the next candle is 75 to 80% in size of the same candle, or if it overtakes it, similar to this one. And you want to see the bottom of the bodies almost line up together. So again, all we're going to do, going to take our lowest point right here. Oh, let me get my fib tool. First point there, second point, I believe I attached it to this one right there. So this high, and yep, 38862, that is correct. And then this specific one, like I mentioned, I got in here and stop loss was there. This specific trade, I took off at 30 points, but it did hit my target over at 50 points when this candle hit here. Granted, whoever took it with me originally, you're a happy camper because it went 80 something points the first time. And assuming you didn't get out of that trade, it kept on going up to 200 points or more. But hey, I got my money, so I'm happy. It is what it is. I'll never catch the whole move. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. And then the other trade that I forgot that I put on was the retracement setup. Well, before I go into that, Billy has a question. So you are taking this trade long when the bodies line up at the bottom. Yes, but specifically, they need to be tweezer bottom candles. They can't just be any random bottom. Like, for example, this bottom here, or let's say, I'm not going to draw my fib tool from like this bottom here and then, that bottom there. Even though that looks like it was a winning trade anyway, but still, I want to look for these very, very specific candle patterns. Remember, the market is not random, it's programmed. So all we need to do is be able to spot the program and ride the wave. Let me know if that answered your question. When the trade is live, how can you tell it's a tweezer? Well, it's simple. I'm getting in on the retracement back down. So this candle here prints. This candle prints, that candle prints, this candle prints, that candle prints. As soon as I get the high before it reverses back down, I'm already ready to take, I already draw my fibs, and then I just have to wait. I'm not front running a tweezer candle because I don't know if it's a tweezer candle setup until the requirements get met, which in this case, first step, make a low with a tweezer bottom. Second step, you retrace back up, and then I'm going to get my high point. I'm going to draw my fibs from the low point before it reversed back up, which is this candle here. And then my high point before it reversed back down, which is this candle here. And then I draw my fib points, and then I just wait. I put my buy limit, and that's it. It can be confusing as to when to figure the reversal down from the high point. Brown, the way I see it is just like strat wise. So like, which is the highest candle before it printed like a bearish reversal, right? So this is the high point right here before it triggered a bearish reversal. So now I know, all right, this is the high point where I'm going to draw my fib tool from. Let me know if that made sense. So looking at it with strat eyes, this candle right here is the bottom before it reversed back up, bullish reversal on this candle. So now I got my low, and then it triggered 2 up, and then it triggered 2 down. Yeah, so when they're not breaking higher, or if it's not like retracing higher, or has even like reversed back up, I'm not going to draw anything yet because I don't have the 2 points to connect it to. So I'm still waiting until we finally get that retracement back up and then the reversal back down for me to draw my fibs and go from there. Martin said, so you triggered to buy on the 7th candle after the tweezer. Yeah, so once I put in my fib tool, I immediately, like once I see this candle reverse and I get my low and high points, I immediately set a buy at the 70 fib. It could be the very next candle. It can be 20 minutes later. It can be 30 minutes later. I don't know. I just have to wait. In this case, it triggered after I got the high point 1, 2, 3 candles later. That it filled me on this candle right here. Yep. And then the other trade that I took, again, for whoever's in the Discord or has the write-up that I put in the groups that I put it in anyway, we had a retracement set up right here. We get the big drop in, kind of like candle hanging out, and then another big drop. So for this trade, and I got in unbeknownst to me because I thought I canceled all my orders because I was done for the day. Same thing for this specific trade model, same 30-point stop loss. You can have a fixed 50-point take profit if you want, but I would start taking profit every 30 points if you're trading YM. So in this case, like I mentioned, the first target's going to be 30 points, and then you can take profit every 30 points, so on and so forth. This trade, I got triggered into it thinking that that I finished for the day because I forgot to cancel all my orders, which I'm glad I had my reminder at the end of the day to tell me. So my short entry was here, and this candle right here triggered me in right there. Let's see, that was 43, yeah, 44. And what ended up happening? I think this candle, was it this candle? One of these candles, I think it was this one, the same one that triggered me. It came back down, hit 30 points, and then it kept on riding up, as we can see here, from what I remember at least. This trade, as soon as it triggered me in, again, I thought, being transparent, I didn't write it out for the target because I thought I was done for the day. So as soon as I got the alert that I was in a trade, I immediately got on my computer and closed everything. I got like 20 bucks out of that trade. Again, it is what it is. I wasn't even aware that I had the trade open, so I took it out immediately. But yeah, then it kept on reversing back higher. Let me see if I can see it from here. I guess it didn't hit the 30 points. There was something that I was watching that gave it up. Yeah, so Brown, in this specific setup here, let me zoom in. So in this specific setup here, the entry is going to be, you can either put your sell for the short version at the top of this wick. I put it a point above to like get in on the fair value gap. But you can do either one. For me, I just get in on like a point inside the fair value gap just to get like a little better risk reward. But whichever you prefer, both of them are fine. Billy asked, quick question to something you said earlier. Is it possible to automate trades like you said on Webull? Yeah, you can definitely automate trades on Webull. You just have to, I haven't used Webull in a while. If you're trading options, you can set up a bracket order where you can put your take profit and stop loss by itself. I think they also added auto trailing, so you can do that if you want. If you use Thinkorswim, you can automate your trade as well. Really, whatever you want to do, honestly. I use Tradeovate for futures. So I pretty much automate almost all my trades in the sense of once I get in, I have the parameter set, so it just takes me out when I have it take me out at, or trail me out when I set it to. That way I don't need to do anything. I just press the button and go do something else and come back when I get the trigger for a stop loss or take profit. But yeah, that's pretty much all the trades that I took today. Yeah, Billy, you want to make trading as simple as possible. You don't want to overcomplicate it. The more time you spend on a chart does not mean you're going to make more money. You're going to burn yourself out mentally. So over the years, what I've learned is like, I've been trading for 4 years now. What I've learned is like, how can I simplify this whole process? Because I used to be there from like 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. on the charts. And I was like, I was in another world. Like my brain was just fried all the time. And I'm like, I don't want to live like that anymore. So, make trading easy for you as best as you can. So one thing that I did want to mention, since I was talking to Brown earlier, this works on anything. Whatever has candles, you can use it on. Actually, before I forget, another tweezer setup printed this morning, which I didn't take, which I should have placed my order. Let me bring this electronic hours. Was it on electronic hours? Yes, it was here. So not necessarily the similar concept of a tweezer top. For whatever reason, on Thinkorswim, it's a little cleaner. Let me bring this up here. We're green for what? For futures. And this was today. Cool. So for Thinkorswim, as we can see here, while we didn't have the tweezer model, for me, I'm like, all right, let me test something out and see if this would still be in that category. So similar, we get a big candle. In this case, it's kind of like reversed. We get a big candle, then a smaller red candle, but the bodies are almost evened out. So I'm like, all right, let me go back here. And let me draw my fib tool from the top of the candle instead to the lowest point before it reversed back up. And then that's so interesting. My price is off on TradingView. Huh. All right, let me do it on Thinkorswim because, but give me one sec. I have to adjust some settings here to draw this. And that was there. And then, yep. All right, cool. For whatever reason, TradingView has incorrect levels. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's right. Because the contract changed. All right, let's go to YM. And the current contract is M. All right, here we go. This looks a lot more like what I took today. Let me see something real quick. So I got in here. Well, it filled me anyway. At 30. There we go. Because I'm like, it's saying 44, but I got in at 30 for the order. Yeah, so I was correct. So it did fill me, and it did hit target at 30 points. I don't need this drawing. Yeah, so I got in at 30. Thanks, Brown. That cleared up. And then it did hit the first target. It went 37 points. If I would have stayed in there, I would have made 150 bucks. But again, it is what it is. I'll catch more. So another tweezer setup up here from this morning. Similar thing. We get the high point instead, and then the low point right here. And as you can see, at the end of the day, it came to the 70 fib, and then it got obliterated back down. I didn't take this live. I just watched it because I was curious to see what it would do. So same thing here, 30-point stop loss as always. And in this case, this trade went basically more than 100 points if you held it all the way down. I probably would have gotten stopped out on my runner position on this retracement back up, but it did hit like 85 points. That's a nice amount. That's a car payment right there. What's that? 85 times 5. If you had one contract, $425. Beautiful. Anyway, YouTube. Cool. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, this works on anything. You want to use it for Forex, options, futures, regular stock. Again, whatever has candles, whatever has this pattern, you're good to go. For example, SPX today. Let's see. So we have the 5-minute here. So we have the low point, and then we have the high point right there. So you could have gotten in here for SPX. It went against you, what? Half a point, if that. And then it went 10 points in your direction. My goal for ES when I used to trade it was 10 points. I would have been done in this one trade. Beautiful. On SPX, Brown, you traded more than I do, I'm sure. This is probably easily like more than 100% trade, I'd imagine, from what I remember on the way SPX moves. But yeah, you can use it on anything. For those who trade NQ, same thing for that. Let's go to the letter so we can get proper data. I'll bring up the options chart right now. I'm actually curious. Let's see what those contracts went to. All right, so this low point to that high point. Actually, let's just do it on Thinkorswim to make life easier because I can see the contract at the same time. All right, let's get that out the way. Let me just adjust some stuff real quick. Let's do SPX over here. We'll do it 5 minute. Give me 1 sec, guys. There's just some proprietary information that cannot be shown. 1 sec. All right, let's hide all of these lines. Yeah, exactly. And you know, of course, it's all out of respect. Like I appreciate trust. Like he's helped me make a lot of money with the fibs. So whoever wants to learn how to trade fibs, go hit up Trust My Levels. Actually, I'll post it in the chat. For those who want to learn fibs in more depth. All right, so we have that up. Let's bring this up to, I think blue is where I send my contracts. All right, cool. So SPX, and let's go to trade real quick. Go to SPX. All right. 0 DTE because I'm not trading more than 1 for SPX. What was the price at? Hold on. So if price was at 54.11, let's go back to trade 54.11. Let's say like a 54.20 contract for the sake of the conversation. Let's send this to blue. Let's go back to the charts. And let's turn off extended data because we don't need that. And I don't need volume because I don't use it. And let's turn off this ugly purple line. All right. All right, so this contract, you would have been filled. We can see a side by side here. As we can see. So this contract, you would have filled at about 400 to 420 bucks, more or less. And they went to $1,040. So that's 600 bucks you would have made in 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. In 40 minutes or so, you would have made $600 on those contracts. 54.50, fine, fair enough. Let's do a 54.50 contract. 54.50. Let's go here. Let's send this to blue. And let's see. What time was that? It's 11:15. So 11:15, you would have entered in at about $60 or so. And then it went to about $111. So that's about like 85, 90% on the contract. Great. You are correct, Brown. I'm gonna take a step back in a few moments. But yeah, 60 bucks to 110 bucks more or less, 115. That's $50 in about 40 minutes. I'll take that gladly. 54.60. Let's see how that one went. That's this one. Send to blue. And let's zoom in here. That was what, 11:05? No, 11:15. So you would have been filled at about 26 bucks, more or less, and then it went to about 40, 45. So $20 per contract, similar, like 80, like 70, 85% gain. Not bad. Oh, with 10 contracts, yeah, you know, that's a pretty penny. But yeah, tweezer setup, undefeated so far. I've taken it about, with today, maybe like 16 times live, something like that. And it's failed about once that I've taken it. So pretty good setup. Can I go over the tweezer setup bar by bar? Definitely. I'll do you one better because I'm in a good mood today. Let's go to my YM chart. You'll have to see this on the replay because I don't want to spend too much time into it because this is more for a trade recap, not a coaching session or a giving free sauce session. But anyway, this is my write-up that I have for the tweezer model. So I should have fibs drawn there. So this is my write-up for the tweezer model. What you're gonna have to do, yeah, if you have my options course, this is in the course where you can find it. If you don't have my options course, I'll post the link in the chat in a bit. So this is the tweezer setup. Whoever's watching the replay, you can just catch it. Just pause the screen, take notes, whatever you want to do. But that's pretty much what I look for, step by step. Let me actually post this in the chat. Where is this? There we go. So that's the link for whoever doesn't have my course. You're more than welcome to get it. And it does come with a free 30-minute session. So take advantage. And you get lifetime access for my group until I start charging monthly next year. Leo asked, is this only for futures or would it work for SPY and IWM? So Leo, this works for anything. As we just shown on SPX, it works on anything. Let's go to the SPY chart. Whatever has candles, it works. So SPY, again, same. And SPX is the same thing as SPY anyway. So what was the low? Same low. So we do this. Ooh, I can't draw that one. Let's go back to TradingView. One moment. Let's see. All right, so you get your low point there, you get the high point, and we filled at the 70 fib right here, 54.50-ish. Let's go back to Thinkorswim to get the contract. Wonder if my computer's imploding because I'm streaming on like 3 different platforms. Also, Minecraft, since I know you're listening from the other Discord, talking to another group, and for the other things that I just mentioned, since I know the rules for your group. But all right, let's look at SPY. I don't trade 0 DTEs, so let's do let's do 1 DTE. What would be a good one at that price? What's something I would choose? 5400. Let's see. I'll probably do like a 5041 or 5042 call. So let's just do 5042 just to be a little more realistic for people who may have smaller accounts. All right. So you would have filled at about 1.12 or so. And then it peaked at about 1.40. Not bad. About 20-30% on the contracts. I will take that. Cool. Yeah, pretty good trade. 20-30%, like 20-30 minutes. Good stuff. Ryder, I just saw your message from the Discord. You started 2 months ago, and I am exactly what you described at 6:30 to 1 p.m. Watching the market. Is learning TA essential to be successful as trading? Yes, it really depends on the type of trader you are. I'm a technical trader. I don't really care about volume or like fundamentals or really none of that. I just trade the chart. So it really depends on what you prefer. You know, for some trades, I'll look at fundamentals and technicals, but I'm always going off technicals first, and then I'm going fundamentals. Again, depending what I'm looking for. If I'm like swing trading a position for something specifically, then definitely like technicals and fundamentals. For my trading portfolio compared to my long-term portfolio is basically like based on fundamentals with like technicals second. But for trading, I'm 100, like 95% technicals and then fundamental stuff to like add some confluence. What I would say, again, you don't want to burn yourself out trading that long or being on the charts that long. You maybe want to be on the charts maybe for like 2-3 hours if you can, and then spend like 30 minutes when, later on when the market's done and just, see what happened. Do some like research and stuff like that. But like, all right, cool. This happened here, that happened there, so on and so forth. So is it best to learn a specific pattern strategy to use for trading? I would say so. I personally use the Strat by Rob Smith. You can find it in the educational videos in the day trading Discord. Just search up like the Strat. And I have an ebook in there that I put there as well. If I would start again, I would focus on one ticker, because when I was starting out, I was all over the place. It was like, what ticker there, another ticker here, all this stuff. So definitely recommend, or not recommend, but what I would do is I would focus on one ticker, master it, and then go from there. Like people that I work with, one of them just trades IWM. She loves it, so she just sticks to it. Some other people stick to NQ or YM. It really just depends what they're trading and what they prefer. But yeah, so this doesn't turn into a coaching session that I don't want to do. What trades did you guys take that you want me to look over? Billy asked, is SPY a bad ticker to focus on? Is IWM better? They're both liquid. So IWM isn't as volatile as SPY, and the contracts generally are cheaper. So you can look into that if you want. So something to keep in mind. Me personally, if I were to go back to trading options, at least as much as I used to, I only trade options on like NVIDIA and Tesla, and that's basically it. When you look at my watch list, you'll see that most of like the details are on Tesla, because that's what I trade. The other tickers, I don't really look at besides YM for futures when I'm trading it. The other ones are just people that kept on asking me to add it to the watch list. So I just permanently left them on there for everybody else. But all I trade is YM, Tesla, and NVIDIA. And that's it. Again, keep trading simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Let's see real quick. Martin said, I took a 542 call at 127 and got out at 128. So looks like you were pretty much in the trade for like a minute and a half. Let's see. Was it the 552? Was that 0 DTE? Or was that like 1 DTE? So we can look at it on the chart together. Zero DTE. Sal, I just saw your question. I'll get back to it after I finish Billy's question. I'm also on YouTube, so I'm answering like both chats at the same time. All right, so let's go back to the 0 DTE. 552. That was right here. Send that to blue. You said on the 15-minute chart, DGen style. On the 15-minute, Billy, you trade Strat, right? Just so we're on the same page, so I can use terminology. Cool. All right, so you got in at, was that 127 Eastern? Eastern time? Or was it Central? All right, cool, Eastern time. So pretty much 127. That was pretty much like this candle. So you took this 2 up when you got in? Cool. So if you took this 2 up, it didn't hit target. So I probably would have stopped out personally once this came back down, because I would have put my stop down here. First target would have been this candle high. So this would have been a losing trade for me personally. Did you win on that trade? Did you get out of it? What happened? Gotcha. So you got in, let's see, let's go to the 15 minutes so we can see this side by side. That's over here. So yeah, this candle you got in on, it looks like, actually, it looks like the contract, or sorry, the price on the stock hit the target, but it was like 5 cents away. I would have waited for like these highs over here personally. Yeah, I would have lost on that trade because this candle here would have stopped me out right down here. Yeah, if you took profit right away at 95. Oh, so you held a little longer. Oh, so you pretty much like got out near the top of the wick. Gotcha. All right, so it was like a quick scalp. Cool. Leo, so you can aim for the body if you want to. I was taught to aim for the wick. Sometimes the only times I really aim for the wick, or for the body, let's say like, for example, this candle here, right? From this 2 down, 2 up reversal, the wick is super far away. And that's telling me there's a lot of sellers in this area. So I would probably take profit first or trim my position at the body and then the wick. That's what I would do. Leo, I'll go over your trade next. Let me just answer Sal's question real quick. Let's see. I would take a step back from figuring out price action till I learn how to spot catalyst stocks and play first. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so it really depends. Like Sal and Minecraft mentioned, definitely understand price action. The strat, it helped me a lot because it just simplifies price action. But yeah, it really depends on how you trade. Like if you trade breakouts and like, like orb or whatever that stuff is, I can't really speak on that because I don't trade that strategy. But price action, definitely important. Sal asked, your thought process should look, oh, so he's just saying, so gotcha, answering JP's question. Gotcha. Yeah. Yep, definitely, Sal. All right, let's see. Can we go over the IWM trade I took 8:45 to 11:40? Well, 11:43 my time on the 5-minute. I believe that was an H, and I got out at 12:09 my time. The contracts were June 14, 200 put for IWM on the 5-minute time frame. Let's take a look. And let's go to IWM. And what was it? 200 put for, so that's tomorrow. The put right here. All right, let's send that to blue. And that was on the 5-minute. And I need to figure out how to take this yellow line to stop showing up. Anyway, so what time you got in at? 11:43. So on this 2 down is when you got in 11:40. All right, let's zoom in. So pretty much right here. So on the contract, I never take trades based on the contract, but so he took puts on this H pattern or bearish TTO. So you got in here, which would have been about like 57, $59. The completed H would have been down here, 206, which it looks like the contracts would have been worth about 77, 70, 76, 77. So you got in around 58. You got out at 77. Yeah, I remember you showed me your screenshot. Oh, you got in at 59. Yep, that's right. You got in at 59. They sent me the screenshot that you got out at 77. So solid trade. I would have done the same thing. I would have gotten on this 2 down, anticipating this H. The higher time frames are bearish, which were in your favor. My stop loss would have been about this candle here, which would have equated to like 52-ish on the contracts, or 50 if you wanted to give yourself a little more room. Solid trade. Real good stuff. And then it kept on going down a little higher, but still a great trade. That's what, 59, 77, about 25, 30%, something like that. Good stuff. Any other trades you guys want me to look at? We got another 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to message Google, be like, can you guys put a little indicator if people are typing so I'm not just looking around awkwardly in silence? That would be helpful. All right. Well, it looks like nobody has anything else. I am going to call it here. If that's pretty much it for today, if nobody has anything else. Of course, appreciate you guys for coming out and listening and asking questions and, listening to me ramble as much as I do, and, sharing your trades as well. Whatever I can do to help you guys. Other than that, I'm going to have another one of these tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be at 8 p.m. because I have some stuff to do before. So it'll be at 8 p.m. Tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I'm going to have another class for another group that I support. I think the Sunday class is going to be at 8 p.m. So tomorrow is going to be another trade review. The link should be there on the YouTube, and Minecraft. I'll try to do the same thing in your group as well. Just, people couldn't join in today. Well, it looks like he left. So whoever's watching, oh, what class is that? So whoever's in the day trading Discord, I'm gonna hop off because I gotta say stuff that isn't allowed here. All right. So Brown, besides like 100K's group and like my group and whatever other group I'm in, this specific group that I support, it's pretty much similar to like my trader circle, like the free group coaching session. But I'm hosting it for another group that I support. So whatever they want to go over, I'll go over within reason, of course. But yeah, pretty much similar to that I do, but doing it for another group. So their members will be in there. I'm going to have it on YouTube. So, people from their group can join in. You guys can join in. And whoever else you guys want to share this with, you're all welcome to join. And whoever else you want to bring. Yeah, let's all learn together, win together, make money together. That's the name of the game. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. and Sunday, 8 p.m. as well. For those who are watching this, if you want to join my group and get more insight and more support, because there's things that I don't want to give out for free, obviously, have to make it kind of exciting at least, right? But yeah, feel free to join my group if you want. There's a lot more content and stuff in there to help you out. Other than that, thank you guys again for coming out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.